Hello everyone and welcome back to Springwalk Animatronics after a while. I'm sorry for my absence as I had a few things to do. I went on a little vacation, I had a summer camp, and I have to work on a lot of the projects in the website I talked about a while back. But now that's almost all done, so I can come back and start to show you the project I had made a while ago and promised to show. The version 2 of the Endo. This will be replacing the first version I made as it's better model in general and easier to make, along with the fact that unfortunately the first version of the model I've made, it did break as it didn't take the stress too well over the time, and I was able to repair it to a condition where it looks about the same, but because of the damages it will be retired and replaced by these new Endos. Speaking of, there's only a few differences in it. Mostly, it's in this eye right here. As before, in the previous Endo, it had this system, which would be hard for you guys to build on your own, because it takes a long time. This one would still take a good bit to figure out, but it's much easier since it's more of a joint system, which lets you do the same eye motion. The rest is pretty much the same. As you can see, this is how the joints work. I used a part from the attempts of the two looking eye mechanism, as when trying to make them look both ways, it did make me figure out this mechanism, which can get it to look that way without much servo connections and complicated routing. So I was able to retrofit into this. And that makes the new one that hopefully you will be able to build, because the website is actually almost done with a few more kinks to work out. So I can actually start listing materials in case you want to build the Endo and you can start getting these. The first thing you want to start with is some paint. Get black paint as a primer for some of the parts of the paint, like the main shells and eyelids and mechanisms. Except for the eyes themselves, do not paint that, as that won't end too well. Then you can get this, the main body and the eyelids and some of the eye mechanisms here. And then these are optional other metallic paints, which I used on the first one right here. It will give it more of an older look, but again, you do not need these. And for the eyes themselves, I recommend you get yourself some good acrylic marker. Like this one, I've gotten some of these colors. And you can use the color sets to color the eyes really well. And it's not as difficult as using the paints. And that's most of the ingredients you'll need. Oh, and one last thing. You will need metal wire to attach the eyelids and the jaw and some of the linkages, which will be mentioned in the instruction video, which I actually have already made, but didn't post since the website wasn't ready. But now that it almost is, I will post it, hopefully, within like the next few weeks. But other than that, I should be showing you the new Endo head, where if I plug it in, it'll just work. Right, it's this usual test animation, just opening its jaw, blinking, and as you can see, it's able to use the eye mechanism to move the eyes around. You also want to remember that if you want to get this, and the model and everything, to get the electronic parts, like an Arduino Uno, and a shield board, if you want to miniaturize the parts, or you can just get a breadboard for regular linkages, along with the wire that connects the cable. You also probably want to download the Arduino Uno website so you can upload the code. But other than that, that's pretty much all the materials. And this is the Endo completely. In the future, I'll be able to show you much more of what I've built. As I actually, for the Endo, the giant one, I finished it completely. So there's an entire shell on it, so it looks like Spring Bonnie. And I made a notebook here with a bunch of plans for what I get to build next. If I can show you peek of some of the stuff. I'll show those in the next video still. But for all, thank you for waiting a long time for these videos. And thank you for watching. If you really liked the videos, it would really help if you liked and subscribed. But other than that, thank you and goodbye.